Shalom, shalom, Yasharala, Hebrew Israelites, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Once again, out here to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great. First things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rahakadash. Hello, Hebrew tongues, great names of the Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. And shalom to you, sister and brother of the truth. And shalom to brothers and sisters listening and studying and showing themselves approved. Shalom. Hey, come to talk to you today about something that's going on, very big, very important. And that's this house of David that's been built up right in this devil's face. And that's why the devil is scrambling. That's why he's very afraid. The heathen are afraid because Yahweh is setting us in order right in front of these heathens' face. And the house of David is growing strong, which is the whole body, the hopeful elect are in the house of David. And the Most High said that he would do that at a specific time, and now we are witnessing that. The whole world is witnessing that. You know, the true people are coming back into their identity, back into their heritage, and now the fakes ain't got nowhere else to run and hide. They're scrambling. That's why they got to come down with great wrath, because their cover is blown. Yahweh Shashai has made Esau bare. Like his name is being taxed back to him. A lot of people call in like, man, y'all the Edomites. Y'all ain't the people of God. Y'all not the people. It will tell you. And like a person that their identity theft ain't got nowhere to go. So we're going to start it out with Acts 15 and 16. And it reads, after this I will return and will build again the tabernacle of David, which is fallen down, and I will build again the ruins thereof, and I will set it up. So, this like the Most High prophesied right there, tabernacle. Tabernacle going in the house. So the house of David is being built again. The house of David consists of what? The prophets, the saints, and the believers. You know, the brothers and sisters that are like-minded, that will listen on this word and come back into their heritage. That's why it's a house. And who is hosting that house? The Lord of hosts is Yahushua. He's building this back up through his father, Yahweh. So Yahweh Yahushua is pouring the spirit through, gathering back his hopeful elect. Everybody's coming back to the heritage. And now it's being built up with these teachings, which is filled with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Yahushua. And everybody's getting edified and built up and coming back into their heritage. And with that, once you're built up with this truth, the devil can no longer deceive you. He can't fool you. He can't, finesse you like he used to. Because now you have your identity back. It's kind of like waking up. We were asleep. We didn't know no better. The devil could tell us we this, we African American, we Spicks, we Native American, you're black, all that kind of little bywords. But now to come back to our heritage, we're following the good shepherd, which is Yahushua, and now the devil is like, what's the brother say, there's no enchantment against the house of Israel? I see now why that's true. Because with this wisdom not to understand it, you can't finesse the wise counsel. Wisdom has returned and back to Israel. And everybody that's going to hear, that wants to hear the word and follow and obey the laws and commandments of Yahushua, hey, this devil can't, there's no more trickery. The serpent, his little tricks, his enchantments no longer work. Because now who's talking to us? Yahushua is now talking to his people. His legacy continues. It continues through what? Through his men, the prophets. Like the watchmen, we back in our steed. Hey, we calling out this devil's plays, his moves. We calling out the snares and the traps. And now it's like he can't do anything no more. Because he needs that level of deceit. So the only thing this devil got left now to do is to bring that sword against the house of David, which that's not going to work either. Because the house of David, the mighty men about to get that spirit again. Like King David. Like the house of David is tailored after King David. So once we get that spirit, because Yahweh Shashai is a man of war. Right now we've been groomed to be warriors again. So once we get that spirit again, we battle back. When the Most High put that standard, lift that standard up again, and that's it for that devil. And like we coming like King David, we hate our enemies. We're not coming with that plantation Christianity, that love everybody spirit. It make you docile, it make you weak, really. How can you look at plantation Christianity, they all look weak, don't they? They soft, they just easy targets. Us, yeah. They just easy targets you look at. I look at every little man in plantation Christianity, they all like effeminate.
And that's the perfect reason Billy Wolf. That's the reason why he walked inside that church and killed all the people. Because they want to trust in their oppressors.
and they in comfort and they're not circumspect. They should have checked them at the door. Like,
Yep.
who the heck? See, we like I said, that's nothing of quality of the house of David. We now know who our enemies is. You know, we see Edom might walk up, we already looking like, you know, we on our clock. Like, man, what's this?
Right.
You know, we've been ready to bust a move, and Edom might roll up with ill intent. We ain't in that docile peace and safety, that comfort spirit. No, man. The Lord said, be circumspect and walk wisely. Look around. Plus, we know Esau. We know he the devil. We ain't thinking of the devil as some red man with a pitchfork underground ready to burn everybody up. No, man, the devil is Esau, Edom, our enemy. So now we've been built up with this truth, and we own this devil. We're calling them out.
We also know Esau is a serpent too, because the serpent always lurking, and that as the scripture said, 1 Peter 5:8, be sober, be vigilant, because the devil, your adversary, as one lion walking about seeking whom he may devour. He ain't gonna come up to a man of the Lord just straightforward right there. He's always gonna sneak and do his attack, and that's the reason why Esau is gonna go and attack a bunch of women in the church, because he's a weak, he's a base man. That's what he is.
Coward.
Right.
And he needs that covering of deceit to even have an advantage. I notice when you are built with this truth and you look at them as the devil, it makes them feel uncomfortable. They need that, Aki. Like they need you to be in that spirit. That way they can do what they do. That's why them at the plantation, them devils is afraid of me. They like I'm like 7'5", 500 pounds. I'm talking about this. Like I be hearing one devil like I come to them, oh here you go, here you go, here you come. I'm like, God damn, they act like I'm a king, like a lion rolling through this sucker or something. They already getting prepared for me, man, because their spirit, they're right there to say in the edification, it goes to building up. We're built up. You know, it's like training. Like you're doing push-ups, lifting weights, and what is he building up? What's building up now? Our spirit, our mentality, our minds getting fortified. We're going to be able to handle what's going to come. Everybody outside of the house of David, outside of the house, hey, like when it's about to storm, and you outside, hey, you about to get rained on, you might get hit with some lightning, held on. It's going to be bad for you, man. You know, it's safety in the house. And that's where we dwell at. Is it like what's that? Psalms 91 say, who should dwell in the secret place of the Most High? That secret place is the house of David. That's where there's peace and safety at. That's where there's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding at. That's where there's a wise counsel at. And, you know, we got to give our praise to you. How about your shop for raising that up? Because I was looking for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to you. I wouldn't have made as many mistakes as I did coming up had I knew who I was. That's why I can't stand plantation Christianity, because it really makes you worse. If you go into that stuff gonna lead to your death. That thing, man, it makes you like, it weakens you. This truth strengthens you. Plantation Christianity weakens you. Esau's doctrine.
I got it quick. This is Psalms 18:32. Is Yahweh that girdeth me with strength and maketh my ways perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds feet, and setteth me on high places. He teaches my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by my arms. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand have held me up, and the gentleness have made me great.
Ooh, I like that precept, man. That's a fine precept right there. Especially at the right hand has held me up. That's your Howard shot right there, man. That's who got our back. That's who's holding us up. And they, like, man, read that top of it again on
It
that.
said, it is Yahweh who have girded me with strength.
Ooh. Hey, yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hey, see, Yahweh, like, and that backs up what I said earlier, man. That's why that's the perfect precept. Yahweh is strengthening us. Because where was we wounded at, man? We was wounded in our spirit. We was wounded in our minds. This devil ruined our mentality. You know, he psychologically whooped us during, what's that, Willie Lynch letter, the Willie Lynch and slavery. Hey, that was a wound. That was a wound to us, man. He had us, the women set up. He had Jake weak. You know, we didn't know who we was. It's like he scattered the sheep. That's what Esau did. And we didn't have our shepherd. And, you know, sheep is docile. Without the shepherd, the sheep is vulnerable. So like a wolf, Esau just eating us up. And now that the shepherd has showed on the scene, like I brought up that precept, Yahweh Shaddam showed back up, the shepherd showed up. And what he doing? He gathering up the sheep into what? The house of David. And the house of David is what? It's strength. It's strong. So now this devil is scared. And I see this devil's spirit. This devil is scared. He like, oh shit. They building up, they getting strong, they know who they are. So now I can't finesse this man or this woman no more. can't do trickery no more. And now I'm really scared with my sword because if they have a sword, then it's evil. It's a level playing field, and this person is stronger than me. So I'm scared now. Like Esau, like you said earlier, Esau need an advantage. He needs that advantage.
That's why he used our women against us. He used the media against us. Everything that he does, he always have to have a weapon. That's his blessing right there. That sword.
All right, weaponize everything. I remember Mississippi Kim was talking about that. Esau weaponized everything.
Right.
Now, without the advantage of deceit and that weapon, like I'm talking about that sword, Esau is now he's made weak. Right. Now he is going back to that basement because, like I said all the time, we rising up to our feet. We standing up on our feet. We declaring who we are out in the world. We out here telling them, man, we the Hebrew Israelites. We the people of the Most High. That right there makes him, his ID gone. Now we claim we like, nah, that's us. That ain't you. Because he did iconoclasm. He whitewashed the Bible. He said that's him. He stood on that strength. Now it's like we pulling the rug out from this devil. Like, man, keep my shit back. This my book. This my heritage. This my people. King David, that's my forefather, not yours. And with that, he been stripped naked. All he got left now is his sword. He ain't even, man, Esau ain't even like got confidence in his sword no more. I noticed that. Now he got the sword. He's shaking. He's scared. Like, I hope they don't say the name of the Lord. Hey, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. That's why when you hear that Yahweh Bashing shot, that's an eerie sound in his ear. This devil like, damn, the name done came back. The house is building up, and every time he see Akim in their garments, we are on the highway hedges, man. It strike fear in these devils. That's why the elites is telling Bill like, hey man, wrap this shit up. Hurry up. Pump momentum. Hey man, it's more. They're getting more subscribers. More come to the truth. They waxing stronger. And then like this thing is like a growth, living waters. We're growing in this thing. Like I said earlier, we're getting stronger. When you see somebody like first you see him 1 week, he kind of small. You see him next 2 months, he got muscles on him. You see him again, he all yoked down. And you talking about he coming to fight you. And you looking at this dude, he over here just, getting stronger and stronger. And then at the same time he getting strong, you been smoking meth. You been smoking fentanyl, you getting weak. You over here all limpy, skeletons showing. Hey, it ain't looking good for you. Now you over there looking at your little weapon, and you hoping that work. But it ain't looking so good for you no more. You ain't looking confident in that.
I'm gonna read this again. It says, it is Yahweh who girded my strength and maketh me perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds legs. And if you know animals, they hind leg is their strongest leg, man. That's what keep them up. They can stand up on that thing if they want to. I was looking at some deer standing up fighting like this not too long ago. They're like, hey, and with your hind legs, they be jumping. Like shit, they ain't gonna. That's why they gonna put us on high places, man. With our hind legs strong, and Esau, he over here waxing with people and people. We can't even stand up. We standing up. Hey, it's gonna be nothing for the Lord to give us spiritual power and make us jump to like the top of a building or something, man. That's them hind legs being strong. When it says the hind, it makes the hind legs that strengthen and set us on high places. He teaches my hands to war, and that a bow of steel be broken with our arms, man. Hey man, Esau's sword ain't gonna be shit. He gonna swing that sword and have that shit crumble, man. That shit gonna break in half. Hey, because we got the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai resting with us. That's why he said it is he that made us perfect. I mean, it is he that made us strong and made us perfect in him. And what was that? The last verse, he said, well, that's it. We got it out.
Yeah, I like, man. That's discovered. Let's say we're gonna be strong, man. Let's say that little steel, that little gun he got, they ain't gonna be nothing. When we get that spiritual power, the black apples, we're gonna laugh at that gun. Like, man, you over here massaging me with that on a 50 cal. So it's nothing. This devil, his weapon is carnal. Therefore, it's low level.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna jump up to 29 to read this quick verse. This is Psalm 18 and 29. It says, "For by thee I have run through a troop, and by my power I have leaped over a wall." And that just goes back into what I said about the hind legs and stuff, man. The Lord gonna give us strength and spiritual power. And it said, hey, well, through that shit, he made us run through a troop. What is a troop? A troop is like an army, man, like a squadron, man. So, hey, man, he gonna give us that power. Hey, that's that 144. That's that house of David, them soldiers, man. Like it says in Samuel 8 or Samuel 23. It's like, you got it up.
Yeah, and like I said right there, that's what I said. We ain't afraid of Esau and his military, man. Our military is stronger. You just heard that precept I read right there. We're gonna run through troops. If you're gonna run through them like a hot knife through butter, it's gonna be nothing to run through them. So we ain't afraid of Esau's military. Really, his military is not sufficient. You know, that's it. Me, like the house of David and Esau both know that his stuff is no good. But Esau even knows. Esau throwing it out there, hoping it worked, but in the back of his mind, at least they know it's not going to work. That's why they got billion-dollar bunkers, and that's why they're going into space. Because Esau knows it's not going to work. Yahweh should have sleeper cells already here amongst them. And that's their biggest enemy, the 144,000. When those men get that spiritual power, man, hey, it's going to be something out of a movie. You just read that precept, man. That's going to come into life. Them men are going to run right through Esau's military like nothing. Turn up military bases, just one of them. So imagine 144,000 of them. You know, and even like the men who are not the 144,000, they're going to be like King David. You know, I might get that precept. You already got the people of us to be like King David, because King David was killing tens of thousands of men. King David was a mighty man of the Lord. He wasn't weak. That's why, hey, the house of David is strong. That's that power about to come into life. Most High is breathing his power back into it, like we getting our breath back.
While you get that, I got something real quick. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. It says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled and tremble with fear, and shall be amazed at the strength of the salvation so far beyond all that they look for." You got it.
Ooh, did you hear that? Hey, they should tremble in fear. That's back what I said earlier. Esau is in fear. The heathen are in fear, man. And I look at the heathen, the other nations like Ishmael, Ham, you know, Moab, they ready to bow down to us already. They already know who running. Like I did a lesson with Hamite, like he all like, man, y'all need to step it up. I'm ready for y'all, man. We ready for freedom. We waiting on y'all. Hey, he said, y'all are our gods. So the heathen outside of Esau, they ready for us to rule. They already know what it is. They already ready for captivity. And that shows too, like when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So the heathen that we got to take out, our enemy, which is Esau, Edom, yo, he too proud. He's not going to bow down till we get that power. We got to force this devil down, which has already been knocked off. He already getting broke up now. Yahweh already breaking the system up, breaking up. Like I said, Esau just getting weak, man. Esau getting feeble.
I'm about to jump down a little bit in this verse. This is we start jump down to 4. It says, "We fools accounted his life to be madness, and his end to be without honor." Verse 5. How is he numbered amongst the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints? Man, it says, hey, they counted us to be they counted they was like, hey man, they ain't nothing. They end is gonna be nothing but slavery. And they see us standing up now, and they over there scared. They shaking in their boots. And it says, how is that to be numbered amongst the children of Yahweh? Because they think they people over there is the people, man. You got it.
Gone. So I got that precept we're gonna pull out earlier. Check it out. This is Zechariah 12:8. "In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is people among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as Yahweh, as the angel of the Lord before them." You hear that? So it said the house of David shall be as Yahweh. That's like that go with Psalms 82:6. That's gonna be your new gods, man. There's gonna be 144,000 men be like gods on earth. And then the feeble, the weakest brother we got in this truth, gonna be like King David. And that right there, that's strong. King David, one of the strongest men that ever lived. You talking about a man that took out tens of thousands of heathens with no problem, knocked off Goliath with a stone. You know, a 9-foot Hamite knocked them off. So the weakest of us is gonna be really, really strong. And then the strongest of us is gonna be like gods. So with that right there, our military is gonna knock out everything Esau got out the water. He ain't got nothing. This stuff is weak. He barely dealing with Jake, the 2/3 right now. He's struggling 2/3 right now. So imagine when the house of David really get that, like you read earlier in that one precept, that perfection. The perfection come that standard, come that spiritual power. When Yahweh shall decide to turn that switch on, when the house is filled up, and all the hope we let seal, the whole house is filled up, and Esau decided, to come down on that house, because this house gonna stand. This house is built on a rock. Who's that rock? Yahweh Shah. So Esau's not going to tear down this house. He tore down everything before, civil rights movement, Black Wall Street, all of that. But this right here, like like Cat one say, this here, nigga. This here, hey, this house of David. Hey, Esau can go ahead. He know he got an L. He know it. Like you go tell Esau like, yeah, my time is short. I know it. Yeah, that's why he's smoking all this meth and this stuff now, storing his powder. He going out, with a bang, because he know it's a rap. He know it's a rap. We ain't got to break it down to him too much. Only people don't know that is the dumbass 2/3. They still like they like Esau. Him right there. You listening to them? They broke. They not gonna do it, because they blind, man. But hey, those that got eyes that can see, ears that can hear, that's following, that like hear the words of Yahweh Shah, because that's what's booming at the house of David is Yahweh Shah flowing. Like right there, hey, the weakest brother we got in this truth gonna be like King David. Therefore, we really ain't gonna have a weak brother at all when the power kick up. Not one. The whole house of David gonna be wrecked and shot. When Esau come down with great wrath. That's why we look at this day, we ready for him to come on with it. We looking at him like, what you waiting for? To scary ass. You know what you gonna do? Come on with it. And I'm gonna read, and here go the kicker in number 9, Zechariah 12:9. And this will come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. And what day is that? The day of the Lord, the day of Yahweh's returning. When that fathership hits the atmosphere, hey, talk to the spirit Akim, it's going to spread. I think that's when our power is going to be activated. Or probably might be before, but I know for sure when y'all shot the atmosphere, we're going to be activated. And then at that time, hey, it's going to be wrecking shop on Esau. Because he said at that time, he's going to do what? He's going to defend Jerusalem and destroy all the nations that come against it. So all the whole elect going to be protected through the house of David, through the mighty men of Yahweh Shah, that are the mighty men like the house of David. When King David established our earthly kingdom, those men are back in their lot. Those men are back in this day. All the warriors of Yahweh Shah are back. And right now, what we doing? We edifying, we teaching, we armoring up. That's why I said put on the whole armor of Yahweh. We putting our armor on. We getting ready to do battle with this devil. So right now, we battling spiritually. When we get that spiritual power, we're going to do it physically. And then after that, hey, it's a priest that say, I should consecrate their gain unto the Lord. We're going to take back the earth. That's the kingdom. That's when we're going to establish it, man. We're going to, what's that, Psalms 2 and 8? That's when we're going to get that rod of iron. We're going to bash these heathens over the head. And I noticed the one that got the bash over the head really is Esau. Because the other nations, they're already ready to give it up. They like, shit, we been waiting on y'all. We tired of this devil too. He kicked us in the ass too. Shit, about time. Been waiting on y'all. I didn't see Ishmaelites talking about, man, the people of the Lord are the so-called African Americans. They don't know the full doctrine, they know enough. So when that day comes, the day of the Lord, hey, the house of David gonna bloom, it's gonna blossom. That's why these teachings, we are edifying, we're building ourselves up for that day. We getting ready for war. We getting ready. That's why the house of David ain't no soft men in the house of David. Ain't nobody soft like, I don't want to do them like that. Nah, I don't want to hit them. Nah, man, we ready for war, man. Put hands on these devils. Like God, I said we ain't. This ain't plantation Christianity. This ain't that soft stuff. We don't want to just give everybody hugs and let bygones be bygones. Nah, man, nah. We ready for a righteous recompense, payback, double. I'm about to crack you over the head.
Right here, but this is one into the power that King David had, right? This is 1 Samuel chapter 18, jump straight to the point in verse 7. And it says, the woman answered one another as they played and said, Saul has slain his 1,000 and David 10,000. And this going into what the priest that brought out earlier. How he said that Saul was very wroth and the saying displeased him. And he said they had ascribed unto David 10,000 and to me they have ascribed but 1,000. And what can he have more but the kingdom? And Saul eyed David from that day forward. And right there where it said Saul had killed 1,000, that's basically going to the preacher who said the house of Saul become weak and weaker, and the house of David become stronger and stronger. And it also goes in that preacher where I brought out where it said the people man among you will be like King David. So that means the most weakest men is going to be able to kill 10,000 by himself.
Oh,
there you go right there.
God. Yeah, that's strong. Okay, while you getting them, go to this right here. Let's go back to the me say it too. This is 2 Samuel 3 and 1. Now there was a long war between the house of Saul and the house of David. But David waxed stronger and stronger, and the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker. And that's happening right here before your eyes, man. You look at plantation Christianity, and that thing waxing weak. They when Purple Dollar had to admit that he been lying. T.D. Jakes had to admit he been lying. You know, all them they having to switch up and change their stance up because now the truth is overtaking the lies. So that plantation Christianity is waxing weak. All those men are showing to be weak. You know, but you look at the house of David, we got the truth. We over building up, we getting stronger. There's more people coming, flocking into the house. You know, brothers that's in the house are getting more understanding, which goes, you know, knowledge is power. So they're getting stronger. You know, and this thing, and the Most High, hey, Esau's not overtaking this. It's starting to be where he can't penetrate this house of David. It's been built up, and he has no defense against it. You know, he controls plantation Christianity. You know, he can pull the plug on that at any moment because that's really his doctrine. But this over here, like, he ain't got no sway over here. He ain't got no say-so. This doesn't include him. That's why you look on Google, they can't even translate. When we be talking about Shalom and Yahweh Shah, you put translate to English, they don't even know it. You know? But this ain't got nothing, this ain't of Esau. This is of Yahweh Shah. That's how we know, hey.
That proves even further that they can't understand his doctrine like we can.
God, this is not for them.
Right.
The house of David only got Israel in it. You know, then that proves right there this ain't a for everybody type of thing. This devil ain't included in that.
I got the scripture for you. This is 2 Samuel chapter 23, in verse 8. And it said, "These be the names of the mighty men whom David had, the Tachmonite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains. The same was the Adino, the Asnite. He lifted up his spear against 800, whom he slew at one time."
Now, you see that? Hey, he slew him at one time. That goes back into where that Zechariah 12 and 8, it won't be no feeble amongst them, man. Hey, who can lift up a spear and slew a whole squadron in one time of 800 men? Jake got a hard time fighting people with fighting against two people, man.
Hey,
Jake can get knocked out with two. Hey, that's the power. That's the power of the Lord that's coming back on. That's coming back to Israel, man. The hopeful elect, the house of David, right there, man. And to go in with Tay was just bringing out, and he said, "Hey, plantation Christianity getting weaker and weaker, and the house of David getting stronger and stronger." That's them bands getting broken off, man. This is Isaiah 52, and I'm gonna start at 1. It says, "Awake, awake, put on the strength, O Zion, put on the beautiful garments, O Jerusalem. The holy city of henceforth there shall no more come unto the uncircumcised and the unclean." Verse 2. It says, "Shake himself from the dust, arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose thyself from the bands of those of thy neck, O captive of Zion." And that's what we're doing, man. We're loosening the bands off our necks, man. Esau, even the bands, Esau even put on us them yoke of iron, he put on us and get broke off. Hey, we coming over here putting on crowns now, putting on the garments now, putting on the strength and the salvation and the shields now, man. Hey, that's that house of David right there. Hey, we're gonna be over there picking up swords. Hey, they said King David's sword was like 70, 80 pounds, man. Hey, you over here swinging around the sword like that? Hey, man, that shit, hey, you gotta be a big yoked up motherfucker to be doing some shit like that, man. You got it up.
That's that spirit, man. That's almost like he gave him like some sample type of strength. Hey, one swipe, 800, man. Hey, man, that's why Esau scared.
And that was only one person.
right.
That was only one person who did that. And that wasn't even King David. That's what I said.
He almost beat Saul with that number right there. Because Saul only slew 1,000 when he went to the Philistines.
Yeah.
King David, 10,000. So that, like I said, that one right there. Now you can see how King David slew 10,000 of them, man. Like, now you can see why. Hey, the house of David ain't no joke, man. You got elites with billions of dollars, super big militaries, and they are in fear of us, man. That's what's scared of us. I'm like, we ain't worried about what 2/3 Jake got to say, your everyday working Joe six-pack. The elites are afraid of the house of David because they know the scriptures like we do, and they know what's about to come up, and they know they ain't got nothing. That's why they trying to make Terminators, drones, and all that. And they know that still ain't gonna work. That's why they end up tapping in the CERN. They trying to go to they trying to get that power on the left hand side. They satanic power. Cause they trying to get some spiritual power. Esau know he needs that to even have a chance. With these little toys he got, these little physical toys, that ain't it. That ain't gonna do it. Now I understand why they got CERN. They need a demon. They need something spiritual to take on what's about spiritual about to attack them. It's like I just read right there, man. One man doing that. Hey man, hey, they said the little military gonna throw their guns down and scatter like roaches. Hey, they see a man the Lord
comes. You can read down in that chapter, and this goes to tell about all the David's mighty men. But that was just the point right there. Hey, one man did that. Hey, just imagine the weakest of the house of David, man.
You're gonna be like King David. Yeah, you gonna be like King David. Hey, slaying 10,000, man. One move, like it's gonna be real vicious. And then like we don't, hey, that's talking about the men. We don't want to get on the 144,000. The new gods on earth. You know, that's like the second coming of Superman. Your Black Adams, your Brightburns. You know.
I want to go into that. This
go
is
ahead, brief.
Isaiah 40, and I'm starting at 29. Isaiah 40 and 29. It says, "He giveth power to the faint, and to them that he have no might, he increased strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young man shall utterly fall. But they that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings, and they shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." He said he will we will mount up with wings, man. We're gonna be flying, man.
Flight.
Take flight.
Take flight, go be serious.
He said he should renew our strength. But back then, hey, we smaller than what our forefathers was. Hey, that was big, man. That was tall. Hey, he gonna renew all of that. He said we should run and not be weary, man. Hey, we're gonna be running all day, niggas, running through armies and shit. Hey, he said, and we will not faint. Hey, we don't even gonna need no water, no nothing to hydrate us. We're gonna have the total spirit and the holy power on us, man.
Yeah, hey, I said now you coming with that spirit, I gotta come with this right here, man. This got me amped up with that. This is coming that power out there that got me. That right there, hey, my spirit getting renewed right now. This amping me up right now. Like as I walk around, I be at work skipping it like, yeah. Wait till I get that power, Esau. I'm about to crack you upside your head, man. You just wait. I like when Steph Curry get that calmness. I'm like, just wait, man. It's coming, man. I be looking at them devils like, hey, y'all looking like lunch meat right now. You know? I gotta bring this out. I'll check this out. This is Micah 5 and 7. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people. As dew from the Lord, as the shouts upon the ground, that tarrieth not for man, nor waited for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among beasts of the forest, as a young lion among flocks of sheep. Who, if he go through, go tread it down and turn to pieces, and none can deliver. So we gonna be like young lions among sheep. Esau's weapons gonna look like sheep to us, man. He said a young lion. A sheep ain't got no chance against a young lion at all. Don't stand a chance. So everything Esau got, his little troops, his super soldiers, his terminators, his drones, we gonna look at that like, you know, it's child's play. Like a sheep. We gonna be like a young lion. We gonna have fun just ripping through everything he got. You know, they're gonna look at him like, hey, what's it gonna be? You wanna meet my savior, my creator, or are you gonna put these yokes of chain on your neck? What you gonna do? You know, it don't make me no difference. You know? And really, I hope you choose the latter. I don't want to rip you in half. Because it said we're gonna rejoice, and we're gonna, well, I might bring that out since I'm gonna do some paraphrasing. It said we're gonna rejoice. Let's see that. What is that? Yeah, here we go. This is Psalms 58:10. The righteous shall rejoice when he sees the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. You hear that? Wash our feet in the blood of the wicked. So I hope you get proud and be like, I ain't going into slavery. I'm like, oh, you ain't? Watch this. You know? And I'm going to go ahead and deal with you how the Most High told me to deal with you. And then I'm going to wash my feet. You know? I'm going to step out and build in a good mood. So, you know, man, like after we about to come into great power, this thing about to be joyous when we get that spiritual power. The house of David, the women going to rejoice. They're going to be like, hey, yo, maybe go get y'all Sharala. Now I said, I want that tea and it better be fresh. It better be picked by sundown or else. You know?
We're going to come about that power is going to be on John 14 and 12. Verily, verily, this red letter, Yahweh Shah said this. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than those shall he be that he shall do, because I go unto my Father. And hey, he said, greater works that he done, we gonna be doing, man. That's that spiritual power right there.
Yeah, man. And your house shot did what? Made himself invisible.
Go
Uh,
ahead.
turned water into wine. You know, and then he had the power when they was putting him on that cross. He could have calmed down a legion of chariots. Right? He could have took out Rome then. He could have took him out then. But now he had to sacrifice himself so that we be here in this day and age that we would have a way back to Yahweh. So he had to sacrifice himself, man. Yahweh could have took Esau out back then.
He was raising people up from the dead, casting out spirits. He was over there making many a food out of two loaves of bread and two fishes and all kind of things. This is very great. And that's the power that we gonna do greater. And just imagine the time that Jacob's trouble, and you think you got no way out, and the Lord smack you with some spiritual power, and hey, you take care of everybody in your household.
Another thing about that, Yahweh Shah also what he did a fast for 40 days and 40 nights, you can't do that now. And that's the spiritual power within yourself. You know, if you're in the middle of war, you can have to take out just about anybody without that energy, without the active scripture saying you're not going to faint. So basically, you're gonna be able to go, 40 plus days without eating, and you still gonna have a ton of meat.
I like how they expected grace from the dead. Then look, remember the power of Yahweh Shah when he showed up? Hey, demons was afraid of Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? You come to torment us?
Yeah.
Please, man. The Lord said, man, that's how good these devils gonna be when we show up. Like, oh no, so we ain't got nothing to fear here in the house of David. So really, when you get this truth, really the devil been defeated right there. I noticed for the devil to get a victory over you, you got to stay in the dark. You got to stay lost. Once this truth hits you, you know, even death can't separate you from this truth. Because he said the dead shall rise first during the resurrection. So it's a win when you get this truth. Period. That's why we already got the victory through Yahweh Shah by just getting this truth and getting fed with what's not to understand it.
Luke paraphrasing the scripture where he said, "Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life." That crown of life goes to that spiritual power as well too. That crown of life, he's gonna put the crowns on the head of the prophet, of the servant, who basically ushering in his word and telling you that Yahweh is gonna come back. He's gonna deliver us out of it.
Because if you're a martyr, when Yahweh Shah, you won right there. You still beat him. You're gonna rise first in the resurrection. So death, that's to say Esau ain't really got nothing now. The only thing he can threaten you with is death. So if he ain't got death to threaten you with or win with, he ain't got nothing. That's why the devil's so scared. The truth is the number one thing that is beating this devil right now. Because we're getting what he took away from us. But for us to lose, he got to keep us in sin. He has to keep us from our power. He has to beat us in our mind. He has to. What Esau did was create the great fall of West Africa first. It was that separation. You know, we didn't know our shepherd. We didn't know Yahweh Shah. Therefore, he can rule because we don't even know. All we know is what he's telling us. Now, we overstepping this devil. We're connected to our power, Yahweh Shah, and he's got his mighty men up, the prophets, the watchmen, and they're feeding the sheep. You know, the sheep is eating up. You know, we're part of the sheep too. And I noticed when like the apostles, elders, you know, the men that teach the word, they put out, I'm eating it up, man. It's a feast being prepared, man. I be like, we want a little bit of Yahweh Maccabees. I'm gonna take a little bit of Elder Malcolm. I'm gonna finish it off with some Apostle War. Oh, here go Apostle Torah, eat up on that. You know, here go Ayasha Manda, about to eat up over there. Oh, go Barakadah again. That's why I said I'm gonna bring this up. Because, hey, Yahweh Shah going hard right now. I can never say like I ain't got nothing to do. I can always read my word or listen to a lesson, which builds me up with inspiration and motivation to do what I need to do. And this right here, pull this up right quick. I gotta pull this. This is Isaiah 62:6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Yet they make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. So the house of David is pumping out what? Living water. Lessons and teachings of wisdom and not to understand Yahweh Shah. So that's Yahweh Shah talking to us through his men. And we're hearing him. As we hear him, it's healing being involved. We're getting healed. We're getting healed in the most vital part we need. Our mind is getting healed. Our spirit is getting healed. So now we're renewing our strength. Right there, the inner man is getting renewed, Aku. And the inner man, that's the most important man right there. Your inner man get built up, hey, the outer man gonna have no choice but to follow. You know, then we get the spiritual bodies, the new bodies right there is gonna be built in perfection. Then Esau ain't got no choice but to go down into slavery. That's his only move. Which I'm gonna y'all got something go get the Amos 9:11. Go get that. Check it out. This is Amos 9:11. And that day when I raise the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, I will raise up its ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. So all that wisdom and understanding that we had in the kingdom, King David's kingdom, the kingdom that King Solomon had, which, you know, if you can receive it, King Solomon was Yahweh. That's why he had so much wisdom. It's busting out the yin yang. That's why when King Solomon was ruling, didn't nobody dare come against us. We had to go off for the heathen to have an opportunity to overtake us. When King Solomon was on the throne, he was at his peak, man. They paid taxes to us. We ruled. They had to come to us and do paperwork with us in order to have anything or get permission to go here and there. We ruled. We're going back to the rulership now. That tabernacle, like I just read in that precept, the house of David is being built back up. Now we're going to have, it's going to be way better than the earthly king. It's going to be that spiritual king. And that day when I raise the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close the breach thereof, and I will raise up its ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
I got one of that. First Peter 2 and 5, it says, "Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house and a holy priesthood, and an offer of spiritual sacrifices acceptable to Yahweh of Mashiach, Yahweh Shah." It says, "Yeah, you building up a spiritual house, man." He said, "We are lively stones, man, building up a spiritual temple." That's that house of David he's building up. That ain't never going to be broken or turned down, man. That's why all these temples been broken, but like the third temple ain't gonna be broken because it's us he's building us up with.
Yeah. Hear that? Hey, it said build up a spiritual house. A spiritual house is the house of David. And you see it all day, every day.
The holy priesthood. That's why you see left and right. You can't even catch up with the amount of video epistles that comes out on the internet. You can't even catch up. Yeah, you can chop for 2 days, and hey, you got 3 days worth of lessons to do because you could try to catch up with the first 2 days, man.
Right. You can't keep up with everybody. It's almost like you got to just pick and choose. That's how I be behind on certain elders. That's how I get behind the apostles. And then, like, you can't, like I said, you can't keep up with everybody, man. So you just got to just, like, be thankful and give our praise to Yahweh for setting that up, man. All the breakdowns is going out. It's all going. You can everything you want to know about the Bible is going out. It's so many lessons going out to where if you watch everybody, you dang it done ate the whole road. Everybody breaking down certain verses, break down certain precepts in the Bible. Do a whole lesson on certain precepts.
You got certain brothers that'll do a whole lesson off of one chapter. Just do it that way. And then get precepts around in those lessons. That'll build you up right there.
Like thy servant,
Yeah.
you pick a certain precept, like you said, I can do a whole lesson on that. Man, brothers bringing out the knowledge of the herbs, you know, the medicines of earth that's coming out. Like everything, like it's coming back. It's like what you said, like you said earlier. Yahweh raised the dead back to life. Man, he doing that with us, man. We was dead in the spirit. You know.
I got to quickly just back you up right there because earlier you had quoted that we didn't know Yahweh because of Esau, right? So this is Proverbs chapter 9 and 10. It said, "The fear of the Lord Yahweh, the fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding." See? So this is how we have to understand the power that Yahweh had versus the power that Esau had. Okay, this is why we say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. So that's why we're telling you, we'll come out in Esau Edom face and telling you a fucking devil. Because why? We feel Yahweh first before anything. Okay? I got another precept that back it up to the version.
And the Lord said in great boldness.
Right. One of them was the very while you getting that. It was like you said, fear not the man that can kill the body, but don't you about to get spirit.
This is Matthew chapter 10 and 28, and it says, "And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him was able to destroy both souls, body, and hell. You got it, huh? And that's basically what it's going into right there because when it say fear not him which able to kill the body, they talking about Esau, of course the two-thirds J, but we getting on Esau's ass right now. But that's what Esau has. That's all the power he has is able to kill the body. He ain't got no, his power ain't nowhere compared to Yahweh about to be shot. That's why he said fear Yahweh about to be shot because he's able to kill the body and the soul. He can knock your whole existence out. So which one would you rather fear first? Well, that's why we tell you to fear the Lord first.
And when the Lord is victory,
Yep.
you know, when you got the Lord, man, it's nothing the devil can do with you. You know, you don't overstep to me. Now, like you just read in precept. Now you giving your worship and your praise to the one who creates soul, who destroy the body and the soul.
And that's like elaborating further on that point where I mentioned earlier that we quoted this precept which said, "Be thou faithful unto death." Well, you how about me outside have the power within Deuteronomy 32 and 29, he said, "I kill and I make alive." So he got that power to bring you back. And so all you got to do is serve the Lord. Y'all about to be outside.
Ain't no other than that. Like since we getting on Esau, that's the spirit. I'm gonna go ahead and bring out Amos 9 and 12. And it reads that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all of the heathen which are called by my name, said the Lord that doeth this. Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that soweth seed, and the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. You hear that? So, hey, we gonna get Edom as a heritage.
Like, and it said, all the hills shall melt. That's talking about all the hills that represent the government of Esau Edom. It's gonna melt with them terminal moving business.
Them powers, man. They melt right now. We witnessing right now, man. Esau in a trick bag. Esau all messed up. You know, his economics is messed up. His military is waxing weak. You know, the devil is looking. Hey, man, as I said, and you can't tell me no different. I'm saying the power y'all about y'all shop. Man, he making the devil weaker and weaker every day. They go by. The devil's waxing weaker and weaker. And now the devil's in a great trick bag. And what got him in the trick bag is Yahweh shot in the house of David. When we declared it, we calling it out. That's why he got to go back to the drawing board like, oh, let me do this. Then we call that out. Oh, let me do this. And then we call that out. Now it's like now he just like, hey, man, we just got to bring the sword. There's nothing else left. You know? We just push the button. You know? What's that, important mission? You know, he got to hit that, man. You know what I'm saying? It said the day should come, the plowman shall overtake the reaper, man. So, hey, I'm gonna bring this up. When Jacob came out, what he do? He grabbed Esau's heel. You know, we on Esau's ass, we grab his heel like, hold up. You ain't overtaking it. You ain't going nowhere, man. Like Mortal Kombat, Scorpion here, let it get over here. Hey, telling this devil, hey, get back.
Finish it.
And that's gonna be the finishing move. Y'all show up, man. Huh? So I'm gonna bring 14 out too. And it says, I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel, and they shall build the way cities and inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. So we're going to replenish. We're going to do what our forefather Adam's job was. We're going to dress the garden. We're going to rebuild the earth. We're going to replenish it. You know, once we put the devil in subjection. And that's the gospel. That's the good news. See, we want to rule. The house of David wants rulership. Everybody outside of this, like, I'm cool with the devil ruling. I want to be like the devil. We putting on like righteousness, man. We seeking Yahweh Shah. We in that spirit of King David. King David was a servant to Yahweh Shah. We in that same steed, that same lot. We want to rule. We want this devil in subjection. We want that Psalms 2 and 8. We want the heathen for inheritance. We want to rule over them. And then once we rule, then we can like put everything in its righteous order. Food can go back being right. Ain't gonna be no GMOs in our kingdom. Ain't gonna,
water.
Yeah, clean water, clean air. Everything's gonna be able to do what it's supposed to do. Harmony gonna come back. That's what we want. We don't want to eat lab-grown meat. We don't want to be up under this damn devil, man. We want to smack this devil upside his head and put him where he belongs, in the doghouse.
We want to learn how to get that true medicine out of the earth, just like your house shot created.
Exactly. God, man. The herbs gonna grow better. We probably gonna see plants and vegetation that, you know, we thought was extinct come back.
Right.
You know, stuff that, you know, do it before the flood come back. You know, like I want to be able to breathe in real air, man. The trees is back right and everything's in its harmony. You know, I want to see what real fresh water tastes like. I'm ready for that, Akio. And we're just gonna have that again once the devil's in subjection. And see, if it wasn't for the house of David, we'll be up under the devil forever, man. It'd be even worse.
I want to eat a real grape. One that you got to slice it to.
Right.
They said, hey, it took 3 mighty men to carry a cluster of grapes. Hey, right now, hey, a little baby can pick up a whole little thing. Like this.
God. I'm gonna bring this up right here, leave off 15. And I will plant them upon their land, and they should no more be put up out of the land, which I have given them, said the Lord thy Yahweh. So what that means, we got to get the kingdom back. We're going to go back to Israel. Israel is going to be a lush, beautiful garden. It's like the Garden of Eden. And after that, everywhere he wants us to rain on the earth, it's going to rain out beautiful. The garden's going to be planted back. Everything will be fresh again. Like I said, herbs going to be back. The animals going to be back in their lots, doing what they need to do. You know, the heathen going to be a subjection. You know, they're going to come to us and ask me, like, can I go over here and cultivate this land? They're going to pay their little shekels, pay their little taxes. They got to do paperwork with us. We going to stamp their stuff like, yeah, you can go do that. Hold up, let me to council. Now you can't have it.
Like we had to get license to grow, they got to get license from what?
God,
you know, if you want to plow over there, you got to give me 50% of your goddamn yield.
Yeah.
You got to make it work with the other.
Yeah, right. Yearly tax, property tax to Israel. Right. You know, pay your shekels up.
Act 15 to 16.
Yeah, we gonna go. Okay. And they gonna have look. Hey, Cox, we gonna have gold coins and silver coins with an Israelite face on it. Gonna go to the council. This is nothing but Israelites sitting up there. They got to go to the court. It's gonna be Israel. Gonna be. Now, hey man, you was over there walking fast. You in this land. That's a penalty. 30 laps. Like you let your Edomites run loose now, boy. Now you know, hey, you only got a limit on 10 Edomites, you know, on your land. You don't went over, you in penalty. You know, and I'm so ready for that, Aki. I'm so ready for that, man. For rulership. And you can see it already. House of David building up for that, man. This book is about rulership. This book has wisdom out to understand. We're gonna govern with these laws. These laws right here are gonna be implemented again. Esau, he institutes things against the book. His laws is contrary to this book. So we ain't gonna be no momos in our land on the earth no more. That ain't gonna be running out of here. You know, you ain't gonna flick on TV and see that. Our holy days is gonna be instituted. You know, they're gonna look on the calendar, they're gonna be like, oh man, Purim coming up. You know, the feast day coming up. They're gonna have to abide by that.
Try not to go down if you want to.
This is Revelation chapter 14, and starting at the top. And it says, and look, and lo, a lamb stood on the mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of great thunder. And I heard a voice harping with the harp. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but 144,000.
Now who's that? Now what is that new song? That new song is what we're singing right now, man. The true doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. Not no plantation Christianity, man. Not none of that watered down bullshit that I love everybody and you can the laws and statutes is done away with. Nah, the true doctrine. You got it out.
All right. It says, which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with woman, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
Right there, it says which are virgins. That's not going into literal virgins. It explains itself in that same thing. It said which follow the Lamb whichsoever way he goeth. That means, hey, once we got this true doctrine, hey, we weren't looking for no other way out. We went, I got this doctrine, but let me dabble a little bit into Islam. I got this doctrine, but let me see what the Book of the Dead say a little bit. Now we stay on exactly what these scriptures say, man. We leaning upon these scriptures.
That also goes into Romans 12 and 2. You're not conformed to this world. You're transformed by the renewing of your mind. So your mind is in tune and it follows Yahweh. All right, and it said, read on, it said, these were redeemed from among men, being the first fruit unto the Most High, into the Lamb, and in their mouth was found no guile.
It said we was redeemed, man. At first we were slaves just along with everybody else. Just like in Deuteronomy 28, it said no man redeemed them. Hey, but the Lord said, hey, he got some people that he is going to redeem, which is going to be the first fruits, the elect of the nation of Israel. And that's us right there, the hopeful elect, just trying to be that redeemed by the Lord.
You got it out. And he said, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High.
He said we're without fault and without guile. That don't mean cuss words. And hey, we can't cuss, we can't do that. Guile means we speak the total truth of the scriptures, man. We're not watering it down. We're not adding or taking anything back into this.
You got it out. No lies. You're not speaking no lies. He's speaking the truth. Because he said the truth shall set you free. You know, and the birds shall resort to their light. You know, so with the truth, that goes in that edification. That's how you build them up, man. Because the truth, who's the truth? The truth is Yahweh. He's that bright light. He's the truth. And like said, like the scripture said, Yahweh is that lamb. That's that perfect lamb right there. That's who we follow. And how do you follow the lamb? By following the scriptures. But stick to the script. Like Apostle Paul say, stick to the script, man. You stick to the script, you're gonna be good.
Hey, you don't want to be too deep.
God.
Hey, I got another one that's back that whole precept up. This is Psalm chapter 15, and start at 1. And it says, the Lord Yahweh, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? And it says, who shall dwell in thy holy hill? And then we can book that precept down. It says, he that walketh uprightly and work righteousness and speak the truth in his heart.
And the only people that's going to do that, hey, it's the hopeful elect. Those that's hopefully part of the 144. And those that believe, the innumerable multitude.
Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and read this whole chapter right here. Because it says, he that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor. And it says, in whose eyes a foul person is a contempt. But he honored them that the fear of the Lord, Yahweh, he that swears to his own hurt and change not. He that putteth not out his money to usury, nor taketh reward against the innocent. He that puts the things, like he that doeth these things shall never be moved.
And that's the hopeful elect right there, man. That's the house of David right there that'll be doing those things. I like that part where it said in his eyes. Say that with the part again.
It said, in whose eyes a foul person is contempt.
Hey, that's why these niggas at your job pissed off at you, man. Hey, cause like, hey, they look in your eyes and they cut it. They're like, oh, this nigga got the truth in him, and I'm over here full of folly and wickedness, man. Let me put some hell on this nigga right here. Hey, that's the hopeful elect right there, man. That's that 144 status right there.
And he said, but he honored them with the fear of the Lord Yahweh. He that swears to his own hurt and change not.
Who will afflict himself, who will make his body a living sacrifice, man.
That suffering right there, that pain and suffering. He's like, man, I know you. You know what I mean? Like I know you 2/3. You ain't gonna be right, but I'm gonna chop it up to y'all about to be out shop because y'all about to be out shop. One said, "Vengeance is mine," says the Lord. So he's gonna handle it. He's gonna handle it for you.
And elaborate on the point Aquaman right there. They look at eyes, they see the house they making built up. It proves you how Basha exists. It proves it. And that right there, it proves they folly. When you prove they folly, their reflection, and show their wickedness, they're going to get upset and lash out and be angry. That's why the 2/3 are enemies as well. But like Yahweh said, they don't know what they doing. You know, so they enemies not knowing like you going against your own counsel. That's why he called the 2/3 side of children, because they are stupid. You going against your power. You going against, your government. You know, the 2/3 are homeborn slaves. They not your born slaves. They can't get right. That's why the only remedy for the 2/3 is judgment. They got to be rinsed through. They can't come back. That's why we ought to feel like if you're in the house of David and you can get this truth, you ought to feel real good that the Most High bless you with those gifts. Bless you with the eyesight to see. Bless you with the eyes and bless you with the ears to hear this wisdom not to understand you how about you shop. That's showing you were blessed with faith. So when you got them gifts, the best you can do now is make sure they grow. Nurture that. And how do you make it grow and nurture it? By hitting it with these living waters, with these teachings. And do it daily. Because if you depart, like a scripture that say a branch that break off gonna wither, don't, man, stay rooted and grounded in Yahweh. Don't break off and wither. Stay with it. That's why I said, like your page say, endure to the end. Then. You gotta endure it, man. We're gonna abide in the sticky place of Yahweh, which is the house of David. In the house of David, like we read earlier, you're gonna renew your strength. And then you need to renew your strength daily. That's why he said in the prayer, your daily bread. Like, don't say I'm going to watch a lesson once a week. No, man, do it daily. And I say at this time, increase it. If you watch 3 lessons, watch 5. Because we at a critical point now. We at that last leg. Anybody that ran track, that last leg, and you got to kick in with everything you got. We got to give it all we got.
That's why I named my channel that, because you're going to have your highs and your lows in this truth. There's going to be some times where you're like, hey, man, I can't make it no more. So I just got to remember the name of my channel. Like, I got to endure to the end, man. I got to keep on pushing. And that's that Jordan energy right there, man, to get you over that finish line, man, where, hey, when you trip and stumble, you got back up. What is that? Wise man follow 7 times to get back up. Loosely paraphrasing.
That's that, hey, renew your strength, you know? That's that endurance. See, like, we gotta stay rooted in your Habashal chakras. Like I could say right there, you feel like you about to fall, you think on your Habashal chakras, you straight to kick back up. Like, hold up, man. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm in the house of David. You know, I'm a man of the Most High, man. Hold up, man. That right there gonna hit your inner man. That's gonna make your outer man get with it. I don't think your leg messed up. Like, that inner is something else, man. That mental strength, it's on a whole nother level. It makes your physical follow.
And then it says, what it say? It said, look at the people of old. Hey, and just think, all the people they had doubts, man. Shit, Noah had little doubts. All of them had doubts, but hey, they kept on going. How I should talk to them, man. Like, hey, they built them up, and they kept on doing what they had to do. That's why men are now. Right now, we're reading about them now.
Just like our house of David, the servant. King David stumbled. You know? What did he do? Did he quit? No, he went back, prayed. You know, for beginners, was also called the tender verses of David.
I was getting ready to say that. Psalm 51.
Yeah.
Psalm 51, that's the perfect prayer right there. If you ever feel down like this, read Psalm 51, man, that will uplift your spirit to the utmost. Like, man, that is the power of prayer right there.
Like I said, you got to meditate on that when you're feeling low, man. Go to, like you said that. Now, the sheep, you know, the women, they can watch them like, okay, I said go to Psalm 51 when I'm feeling low, and bam, you can renew your strength and get back in the fight. This thing is a fight. It's a spiritual fight. You can't let Esau knock you out, man. You know, and you're gonna take some blows in this truth. You're gonna take some knocks. Like I said, you might feel weary, but you gotta lock in. Like say like that's that water. You know, you get that break. We can't live in water.
That's spiritual water right there.
Hey, you gonna get up. Hey, you gonna rope a dope on this devil after that.
Like the water boy. Hey, that's some high quality H2O right there. They're gonna boost me right up.
I want to elaborate even further on that point.
On the ropes, like Muhammad Ali get well done. All of a sudden, hey, he get tired. He just come out, la. Hey, jabbing on.
I want to elaborate even further on that point when you said the two-thirds we causing us to suffer. We're going to go into the pain and suffering or whatever. And as the scripture said, business in mind as the Lord, right? So this is Exodus chapter 23 and 22. It says, but if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thy enemy and an adversary unto thine adversary. And that move right there, all you got to do is take heed to the word, and how about to be outside is going to take care of the enemy. It's just like the ox said right there. Anybody that comes against us, basically coming against the word, basically coming against our shop.
And like you don't want it with your house shop. You don't want that smoke in your house shop, man. He was given all power from his father. It said it's a verse to say, the Lord is with me, then who can be against me?
Yep.
You know, so that's how I walk around and I'm like, who should I fear, man? That's why, hey, you can feel like it's another people say that the glory of the Lord should be upon you. Hey, you can see that, man. When I walk into the plantation, man, they act like I already got the crown on my head already, man. And that's a good precept. Like I can think on, like when you feeling low in the strength, that's a good one to dwell on right there. To like power yourself up. But like I'm glad you said that. You know, and hey, Shalom to GMS in his likeness. Shalom, hey, y'all follow that out right there, mighty man of the Lord. You know, I'm gonna bring out Luke 1:68, and it says, "Blessed be the Lord Yahweh of Israel. We have visited and redeemed His people." Woo, hey, specific right there. And 69, and have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of His servant David.
He didn't say He redeemed the whole world that God so loved. He said His people, man. It's a certain people that qualifies for that.
12 tribes of Israel. You got to be descendant of that, man. We descended of that. not converts, we descended by blood. We them people. He ain't, man, how about you try to not cast away people like that, man? We still here. All we got to do is come back to the wisdom and understanding of our Lord and Savior and fall back in our life. And I look at how Yahweh doing this. He got the people by his word. His word is still here. His legacy is still here, still standing. And then Yahweh so cold with it, who preserved the thing we need was the devil. He preserved our word. He kept it good for us. Lightly tucked, translated it for us, kept it for us. Here you go. And we like, thank you, devil. And then it's going to turn some sort of going to smack him upside his head with it, slice him with it. Like, good job, you damn fool. So the devil checkmated. I'm going to read 70, which is going to cover, recap everything we've been saying in this whole lesson. This is Luke 1:70. And he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. See, that shows right there, regeneration.
The spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, the scripture said. That means, hey, if you was a prophet in your life before time, you're going to be a prophet in your life now. If you're a teacher then, you're going to be a teacher now. If you're going to be a help then, you're going to be a help now. Just like that.
And so death can't stop this. If you get death, you're going to come back up, you're going to hear the word, and it's going to lock you right in. You're going to pick up right from the left off there. Like, oh, yeah, hold up. Be Israelite. Okay, and you're going to fall back in your life. So that's why the devil's like, that. I can't stop this. I done did with lynch. I done pulled their economic system. I done killed them. What's that? The abortion. I killed them in the womb.
And that's why the Lord said, hey, you're from beneath and I am from above. They can't do nothing about it, man.
Can't stop it. Can't stop it, man. House of David, like how the Maccabees always say, well-oiled machine. Pumping and kicking, man. Nothing the devil can do about it, man. So now he just gonna, like I say, he gonna hit that abort mission. He gonna hit that, my last resort, and let everybody nukes. And it's not gonna do nothing. It's gonna fail. And after that, hey, we're gonna get the kingdom. So we at the end of this thing. So now it's time to, lock in, renew your strength, get all you can get, like the scripture say, with all that getting, get understanding. So get the rest you can get and prepare for the signs and wonders of Yahweh Shah. Watch the house of David really get down. You get that spiritual power, then it's gonna be like they do a movie. It's gonna be lights, camera, action. When that action kick in, hey, that right there, you gonna see, man, it's gonna be better than any Hollywood blockbuster, epic sci-fi movie you ever seen in your life, man. This thing about to, man, we gonna rejoice. We see the house of David get down, like that song say. Oh, we're the saints. Oh, we're the saints. We go marching in. Hey, Esau ain't gonna like it. He gonna start crying. Like, golly, they're gonna benefit the Lord. Oh man, hey, some gonna just throw their gun down. Like, hey man, just give me a good spot. I work hard.
Don't zap me, man. Just kill me with this sword, man.
I can work. I can do this. I build this. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we just said right here, just remind me of this very preacher right here. This is Revelation chapter 1:7. And it says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, all kindred of the earth shall wail because of him, even so our mind. But I just brought out when he said the devil's going to start crying, those are the ones that pierce you, how about to be outshot. They going to be the ones that master completely, just like I just said, master, just put me in a good place. Just put me in
no reverse. Back in the day, I can do this, I can pick cotton, I can work, I can build this. That's going to be them. Especially ones that got skills. I was an electrician.
No, he's a good master.
Yeah, they're going to be like that. Master, please, master, don't beat me.
I can be an architect. I draw real good. I can draw that kingdom how you want it. I can send it to the blueprint to them.
I'll bow down and kiss your feet.
I'll be a real good footstool.
Now my daughter, my wife, they'll do this. They'll do that, please. It's about to come into play, man, real soon. And I'm gonna bring this out right here. I don't know if I brought this out already. Y'all can let me know. This is Zechariah 13:1. In that day there should be a fountain open in the house of David and into the inhabitants of Jerusalem for sin and for uncleanness. And that door is open. The house of David, the door is open. All you got to do is come in. And how do you come in? With your mind. Pay attention, eat up.
And that day, what he say, that day, that house will be a fountain open. That fountain is bringing out the living water right there. As Yahweh Shah said, my chief hear my voice. He also said, he that believe on me, as the scripture that said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. That's that fountain right there.
That's Yahweh Shah. You're drinking on the word, the living waters, man. And it's where's Yahweh Shah dwelling? In the house of David. So all we gotta do, the door's open. That's what we saying, like it's gonna be a famine of the word in a minute. That's when the door gonna shut. That's like that ark, the door shut. Right now the door's open. And if you know, if you got the spirit on you, it's hitting you, resonating with you, you come on in. When you come in the house, in the house, it's a like the scripture said, it's a fountain of living water, and there's food everywhere prepared, a whole feast.
You got protection, you got shade, you
AC.
You out of the heat, like that.
That's that good AC blowing. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all on the table.
And it said a house for uncleanness. You come in, take a shower, clean yourself up,
hit that fountain, wipe your face, wipe your hands.
clean yourself up, get your feet up, get a good meal.
I got one more.
And rest.
This is Second Edges 2 and 42. It said, I Edges saw on the Mount Zion a great people who could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man at a higher stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of his heads he set a crown, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. It says, so I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? And he said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the names of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive palms. And then said I unto the angel, what young man is this that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? And he said, and answered and said unto me, it is the Son of Yahweh, who have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the names of Yahweh by Yahweh Shah.
They stood so simply for the words of Yahweh Shah. That's happening now. You're witnessing that right now. When you listen to all these churches, all the men of the Lord, your apostle elders on down, we're confessing the words. We standing stiffly for Yahweh Shah, man. We not about to, we ain't going to take this devil's juice. We ain't going to take this baragma. We over calling this devil out. Tell me you a goddamn devil. We smacking that shit out of his hand. He coming to us like this. We don't want that.
And the angel seen the vision. That vision was him seeing the 144 and the innumerable multitude get crowned. And he said, hey, man, I commend him greatly for standing so stiffly for the Lord, man. Hey, that means, hey, we're going to have to go through some troubles and torments, but we got to be over there 10 toes down for this, rooted and grounded for this thing. In order to be a part of that number right there. So, hey, that's heavy right there.
You're going to need endurance, you're going to need strength. You got to do it to the end, you know? You got to stay, like I said, rooted and grounded.
I got a preacher to back you up on that one, too. This is Revelation chapter 3. The point is in 7, I'm going to start at verse 5. It's in Revelation chapter 3, and verse 5. He said, he that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit said unto the church. And to the angels of the church of Philadelphia, write these things, said he that is holy, he that is true, he that hath the key of David, he that opens and no man shutteth, and shutteth and no man can open.
Well, like I said, the key of David, man. That's full circle right there. And that was spiritual. I got like that was a lot of our precept on precept right there. That went perfect what Octus brought out, man. Like I said, the key of David, we got the key.
That's why I just started fucking down already. So he's like, yeah, you know what to say about that, man.
Yeah, that went with that, but that precept he brought out earlier broke that one down. I like how he symbolized that. We got the keys, man. It's like a house, man. If you ain't got the key, you ain't gonna get this understanding. You got the key, open it up,
right.
Go in the house, and get everything you need. You know, there's rest in the house. Like I said, wash your face, take a shower, eat, you know, get everything you need. And man, this is a beautiful thing, man. How about y'all set this up? Beautiful. And it's rest right there. And right in a minute, hey, the house is going to take over. It's going to spread out throughout the whole world. It's going to go into the whole kingdom. Right now, it's a spiritual house. In a minute, it's going to be a physical house. Because it's going to stretch all the way out where the whole earth going to be a house. We're going to get rulership and inheritance. We're going to inherit the world again.
He said the earth will paid for our sakes. That's the whole thing right there.
God.
That's beautiful right there, because he start putting that precept in. My father's good present, give you the kingdom.
In the kingdom, man. It goes to getting the earth. So with that, man, we got the victory, man. So with that, you know, I hope it's been edifying. You know, we'll turn to the end, give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rahmatullahi,
Wam Yasharala Wa Ba Ba.
Shalom, Yahshua.
Shalom.
DJ Ball. Shalom, the hope, grace, and mercy. Shalom.
The water for the precept, I got the water Naquan and GMS in his likeness to water for the precept.